We've got the official NASCAR 26 track reveals, and I am excited that we are getting this year's game without missing tracks like we had in NASCAR 25, where, we had Portland not in the game. It eventually did come to the game. Mexico never came to the game. Well, fortunately, we don't have this problem in NASCAR 26, so that is a step in the right direction. Now, here's the graphics that the NASCAR 26 the game account posted on Twitter. You will notice something very important before we even talk about the actual track list itself, is the fact that it has the logos of which series you can race at that track. So unfortunately, this is really the only downside to me, is the fact that we cannot race any series at any track. That's something that really should have been in the last game. That's not even going to be in this game, in my opinion. I'm not sure what the reason is. Is it licensing? Is it physics with the cars? I really don't know. But unfortunate to see that. I do hope that's a thing now, I guess, for NASCAR 27's wish list already. But it kicks off in alphabetical order here, with Bristol with all series, Cup, O'Reilly, Trucks, and ARCA. Charlotte Motor Speedway with the Cup Series, O'Reilly, and Trucks, and then the return of Chicagoland, where we can take the Cup Series, the O'Reilly Series, and the ARCA Menard Series. But of course, you see right there, you're not going to have the ability to take the Truck Series there. And then we have Circuit of the Americas with Cup and O'Reilly. Hopefully, as well, we will be able to have the proper layout of Circuit of the Americas in this game, because that was a false or not correct layout in NASCAR 25. Darlington with Cup, O'Reilly, Trucks, and then of course Daytona has all four series in the game that you can race there, and the same goes for Dover Motor Speedway. Then we have Echo Park with the top three series, Homestead Miami Speedway with the top three series as well, and then Indianapolis with Cup as well as O'Reilly. We move on to the next graphic. Iowa Speedway with Cup, O'Reilly, and ARCA. So unfortunately, if you want to race trucks at Iowa, you're not going to be able to do that. Kansas sees all four series. Las Vegas, of course, with just Cup and O'Reilly. That really is annoying, because it's just like, why on earth can't I take a truck to Las Vegas? That actually is quite frustrating, to be completely honest. Lime Rock with Trucks and ARCA, IRP or Lucas Oil Raceway, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the Indianapolis Raceway Park, it is going to be Trucks and ARCA. Martinsville features all four series. Michigan with Cup, Trucks, as well as ARCA. Then you got Nashville with Cup, O'Reilly, and Trucks. New Hampshire with Cup and Trucks. North Wilkesboro, Cup, Trucks, and ARCA. Phoenix Raceway, Cup, O'Reilly, Trucks, and ARCA. Pocono, Cup, and O'Reilly as well. And as we move to the final page, what do you see right down there? We got San Diego confirmed in the game, and another one as well. We got St. Pete for only the Truck Series. I don't care. I'm still glad to see that. But we got Portland, of course, at the top of the list there with the ARCA series. And then you got Richmond Raceway with Cup and Trucks. And then Rockingham, of course, with O'Reilly, Trucks, ARCA. And then, of course, San Diego with Cup, O'Reilly, Trucks. I cannot wait to take on the San Diego circuit. And then you got Sonoma with Cup as well as O'Reilly. St. Pete with Trucks only. Talladega with all four series. Texas Motor Speedway with Cup, O'Reilly, and Trucks. Watkins Glen with all four series. And then Gateway or Worldwide Technology Raceway, whatever you want to call it, with Cup as well as O'Reilly. I am glad that they were transparent right off the bat about the fact of which series you can race where. It sucks that we can't take any series to any track, but it is what it is. I mean, hopefully NASCAR 27, that's something we get. I don't know what the reason is, if it's, like I said, maybe physics issues with extra work having to put in for, say an O'Reilly to take that to a different track. I don't really know. Or is it mainly just licensing and sponsorship, stuff like that? I would probably choose the latter option. But, St. Petersburg is going to be a really fun race track to take the trucks on. Let me know what your favorite track or what track you're most looking forward to racing in NASCAR 26 with, because St. Pete's not the one I'm looking forward to the most, but I'm looking forward to, honestly, San Diego. Now, one of the things that is unfortunate is, of course, there's 2 tracks from the last game that are missing, and of course it makes sense, they're not on the schedule anymore, but I really wish we lived in a world where past tracks could stay in future NASCAR games. Obviously it's a licensing problem and whatnot, so I completely get it, and I'm just saying it's still unfortunate that we don't live in a world where that's something we can do. And I can't wait to race Chicagoland as well, but yeah, I'm gonna miss being able to race at the Chicago Street Course or the Charlotte Roval as well. I mean, especially in the era of losing a lot of the road courses, we're really gonna see that shine through in NASCAR 26. But overall, I think San Diego is the track that I'm looking forward to the most going into NASCAR 26. You already know, Night 1, we're going to be hosting open lobbies in the very first race that we're going to do, with crossplay confirmed, by the way, so anybody can join them. We're going to be going into San Diego, turn 1. No one's going to know how to turn right because it's NASCAR, and everyone's going to pile into the barrier, and it's going to be absolutely iconic. I cannot wait for that. And as well, San Diego, all the games in the game are laser scanned, so that's another thing I really look forward to, because you've gotten so many different characteristics of the surface of that San Diego track, a lot of bumps, but then you as well go through literally like 3 different surfaces on this racetrack. And I think just playing a NASCAR game with the on an airbase with the aircraft carriers surrounding, I think it's gonna look really, really cool in the game. I just cannot wait to see that. And of course as well, Chicagoland Speedway, excited for that one as well. That track has worn out a lot, and you're really gonna feel the bumps there. I mean, there's a pretty good bump I think went into turn 1 that I'm hoping that is going to be pretty well represented, but I'm not sure which version of Chicagoland, like how up to date is Chicagoland going to be in the game. That's the question, because I'm not sure if they've laser scanned it like in the last 5 years. I really have no idea what iRacing's done there. So nonetheless, I do look forward to those kind of tracks specifically. And again, as well, Circuit of the Americas is something that I do pay attention to on, okay, that one we need to expect to have the updated layout, because that's not something that we had with NASCAR 25, the game. So that's kind of my overall thoughts. Like I said, there's mainly good news, because we've already kind of made an improvement based on NASCAR 25 with the fact that we literally had tracks missing from NASCAR 25 when we were told by NASCAR, in the press releases, that the game would feature every racetrack, and that turned out to not be true. Obviously, they have improved upon that, and we've got all the tracks. Of course, one more thing I would like to see, actually, and my good buddy Dylan Gooden mentioned this, more ARCA tracks would be cool, because obviously there's a large amount of ARCA tracks missing. It's basically the only ARCA tracks in the game are ones where the top 3 NASCAR series also race, at least one of them. So I would like to see more local ARCA tracks going forward. I think that would be really, really cool, and just give players just more freedom to have a lot of races in multiplayer and whatnot, and just have a little less burnout with the games as well. So that's pretty well my thoughts. Sorry I dragged this on so long. I actually had a few things to kind of say there, but I'm looking forward to it. I like the track list. I like what I see there. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.